So now, if I don't come out straight away, they get really noisy. Morning!
Morning.
All of you.
Oh, that's Tim's boat. Morning. That's Tim's boat. It's in there.
Yeah, he's got a little problem with his...
He's still got a problem with his engine, I heard.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Oh, the ducks are brave. Whoa, whoa. So we just have a quick strategy meeting with Andy about little Otter. So I'm going to tell him what I want and he's going to tell me what I can't have, and probably some better ideas of what we could do to make it better. But once we've started some metalwork on it, we might as well just make it the best. So yeah, and then we'll talk about positioning of the windows and stuff. So I'll flip the camera around. Right, so window positions, Andy. What I want to have is I really want one there, but I'd quite like it to be that size, but to be able to slide open so that when they're doing the dishes they can chuck stuff for the birds and stuff. Perhaps not that one, I'm going to see, but that style. Maybe we need to get all these anodized. I'll look into that. But then I'm thinking 2 portholes here.
How do you want to achieve that? With infills?
Yeah.
Or just do the whole sheet?
I didn't know whether it's better just to cut out the whole thing and then we could make a sheet. So cut out all where the windows are. And then we just have one sheet that we just lift in and you weld it in.
Far better way of doing it.
Right, do we need bracing?
You don't need to do the after the window.
Yeah. So do we need to put like supporting struts in it as well then?
Well, you're getting it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Inside.
Yeah.
We'll get that out and let's see what's in there.
But would you need metal supporting strips here going up?
Well, you're not going to have as much window space, are you? You're
No,
going to have less,
right.
more sheet, but I would normally do that, yeah.
You'd normally put struts in to balance, to
I'll put channel.
strengthen it. Channel? Yeah, okay.
So you've got some pretty buttons in there.
Yeah, okay. So we could just make a whole section and then just drop it in.
Just cut it out, put a new sheet in, cut new window holes and channel it up.
Right, okay. So the outside, we're just going to put some more, build up the chine and pit welding. Andy can just put his ear to it and tell the thickness of the steel. That's when he worked on boats for 63 years. Man and boy.
It's already been done there by the looks of it.
This what?
It's already been done there by the looks of it.
Yeah, you can see a bit.
Yeah. Underneath.
So needle gun or
If he does a
scabber.
scabber, I can do a needle gun. Go follow him around and make pits up.
Okay. Right. Now, stern, we should keep this. Yeah. Oh, I want you to take this off as well. Just for us getting on and off. Now, just be careful. What do you think? What do you think about changing the bow?
Changing the back.
As in extending it, or having it so the bed can go. We can make a false tug style well deck to where the benches are, and have a bed that slides underneath it.
You could do that, but extending that's a big job, mate. You could talk about a curtain shirt by stretching it.
Not really, just this cabin.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't stretch the back, you'd stretch the cabin, you don't stretch the back. If you wanted it longer, you'd put 5 foot in
So
here.
okay, no, so we're not going to do that. So could we just raise this deck so we can get a bed underneath?
Raise the deck, yeah, you can do that.
Do you think it's a good idea?
Well, it's not a very big cabin, is it? And what's that measure of depth? That way?
Well, we've got about 1,200, 1,300, 4 feet. Well, I quite like the idea of the deck finishing here and then having a bed that just slides under and pulls out.
It's just a sheet of steel, isn't it?
Yeah? And waterproofing it's good because it's just going to be,
Waterproofing it.
as in, you know, making it watertight.
Well, you only have to come to the bench. You want to come to the window, obviously, and you have your lumber holes at the side.
So I mean changing, yeah. So changing the doors. All right, well that's.
Yeah, your door. Right, you got door.
Oh, we need to nick this. Where's this? Where can we put this? This is. Need to get this out. So first coat of blacking's gone on. Fresh anodes. Nice straight hull. So, like a good old red Indian, Andy's starting the fire. This is why it's called a combustion engine. I do love this. This is the paste he's using. And you want to find that end. If you want it, course this end, so you open which end you want. That's great packaging, that. Look at that. Sea of washing. So satisfying. You know, those people complain about seasickness. This is going to make them really, really seasick. So out Yelvertoft. I'll probably go up to the bridge just to see. Out on a breakdown. Well, breakdown, it's probably... That's probably a bit strong to say a breakdown. We've had a water problem with... Well, it's not a sort of water problem with Precious Gem. We pride ourselves on our service, but yeah. So I said to Andy, you're going to come out, but I said I could probably do this one myself. You know, it should be quite easy. Luckily, it's not the waste tank, and it's not the main water tank. How are we doing?
All right, mate. What are you doing?
I've come to see Precious Gem.
Oh,
Come on,
well, mate.
hey.
You look well.
Cheers, thank you very much. Nice to see you.
You still off for everything?
Yeah, absolutely.
See you on the way through.
Nice. Turn the camera around. Do a bit of gongoozling. Oh, look, a lovely boat coming through. Good. So Keith's just filling up with water. It's a great spot, isn't it? So,
Yeah, I went to follow that this morning. I thought, oh shit, it's all cracked down one seam.
yeah. Surprised I didn't notice, but let me go. So, the water tank problem should be solved. There we go. And this, you wouldn't even notice. It's a little crack in it there. But we can't have them without the coffee. Oh, I hope those weren't all on slow-mo. But anyway, that was the water tank. It was the coffee machine water tank. But if Keith has got the grace to travel from North Carolina to come and hire Precious Gem, I think I should have the grace to travel a few miles to make sure he's got a coffee machine and a lovely posh coffee in the morning. They're out for a couple of weeks on Gem, so what's not to love with this weather? Look at that. I thought I'd just hear this. Look at this. This is them thatching a roof. Very skilled. Good morning. Essential wear today. Your sunnies. So, it is Wednesday, the 18th of June. And it's another beautiful, beautiful day on the wharf. The sun's shining, the birds are singing, the canal's very still, the flags are flying. But yeah, the funny thing is, even when it's really beautiful, in fact, especially when it's really beautiful and hot, we don't get a lot of traffic. I think people find somewhere nice and they find it too hot, so they find somewhere to shade under the trees and just try and chill out. But then what I tell people as well is on our boats, we've got 210-year-old air conditioning units. So bear with me here. What you have to do is you have to open the bow doors, shut all the other doors, and then go through the tunnel and scoop it full of cold air. And it just chills. So you've got 20 minutes in the tunnel, and it's always cold in the tunnel, no matter how hot it is outside. But you've got to be a bit careful because the odd ghost can creep in, and then you've got them for the rest of your holiday. But God, yeah, it's beautiful this morning. So flip the camera around. Flowers are enjoying the sunshine. We've had a little bit of a delay with the videos. We had a little problem with some idiot filmed some customer details, and then trying to take the video down, we ended up making a bit of a mess, and yeah, couldn't get it back up, lost memory. Anyway, so that's where we're at, but we should get back on schedule. So Andy's den, fair bit of progress. All the bits are coming together. Still impresses me how he knows where absolutely everything is. So we've had the crankshaft out, which is what we had to go and borrow the bolt from Vicaries for. And we've got a little issue for cleaning the exhaust valves here. He thinks they're not quite right and they're making smoky. So I've got to find a tool or borrow a tool to clear them up. But yeah, so progress. Can't wait till we hear that pop, 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 pop. So let's go and see what else is happening. So boat on the slip is all blacked. One more thing to do is to check the direction of the rudder. and check the electrics. But I'm not sure how easy that's going to be. I don't want to upset the dynamics of it. So new anodes, looks beautiful. I am concerned about that branch because that tree has shed a couple of branches. But I'm certainly not qualified to go up there, and I haven't got a chainsaw, so it would be extremely foolish and irresponsible to get a ladder and climb up there and try and do a job that is strictly for professionals. So let's have a look. Yeah. Let's go and get a ladder. Okay. They're all hanging out now. They're so big. Nearly as big as Mum and Dad. I'll have to get the camera up there. So the good thing and the bad thing about the wharf is you've got lots of different hats to wear. This is my lumberjack hat. So before anyone sees me, I'm going to whip up that ladder and whip that branch off. So, hopefully I don't fall. I'm not using an electric one, I'm using this. All of a sudden, it looks a long way down. So, cleaning Sophie today. Videographer, housekeeper extraordinaire. There is no end to this young lady's talents. It's still nice and cool in here. That's the great thing about boats, even when it's bling bling sunshine. Hello! Seize the jugular. Carpe jugulum. No, that's the sea otter. So all aluminium boats. It's quite big, thick robbing straits. That's like part of the construction, I think. That must be the strength of the hull.